Hi, welcome to Belonger Yoga. I'm Carrie, and today's practice we're going to be working on our neck and shoulder area, the area we call tech neck. From being on the computer or on our phones or just doing, you know, daily living stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So come into a nice, comfortable seat on your mat. Um, get yourself situated, and let's start with closing our eyes and taking 3 centering breaths just to put us in the space of where we're at today, being on the mat, coming into this moment and knowing that the next little bit of time is just for you. So close down your eyes and go ahead and take a nice deep inhale breath in through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. And one final time, inhaling. And exhale. Let's open our eyes and go ahead and let's just give our shoulders a little bit of movement, just some shoulder shrugs, rolling them backwards. And go ahead and let's move them forward. And go ahead and let's drop our head towards our chin towards our chest. Stretch out the back side of that neck just for a moment. And roll the head over to the right shoulder. Gently roll it through center and back over to the left side. And let's do this just a few more times, nice and gentle. Not forcing anything, just keeping it easy. And let's go ahead and pause when we're over our shoulders on the right side. And let's walk our left hand out just a smidge on the mat and give our nice stretch right here through the shoulder into the neck. If you'd like to, you can add a little bit by placing the right hand on top of the head, but really gentle, not pushing, not forcing it. And let's hold here for just a few breaths. Getting a nice stretch in the neck right here. One more breath. Drop that right hand and walk the left one back in. And go ahead and drop your head so you're looking down toward the mat, almost like you're trying to look towards your armpit area. And place your, the right hand, the right arm behind your back. This will just give it a little bit different stretch. We're going to hold here for 3 full breaths. One more. And remove that arm from behind your back. Let's go ahead and roll the head through the center and over to the left side. And walk the right hand out a little bit. And if you'd like to place really gently the left hand on top of the head for a little bit deeper stretch there. You're not really forcing it. It's just a little bit more weight. If that's uncomfortable, definitely do not do it. Couple more breaths, holding here. And drop the left hand and rotate your head so you're looking down. Sorry, forgot what I was saying here. So again, like you're gazing towards the mat or slightly into your armpit, taking that left hand, the left hand behind your back, giving a little bit different stretch here. That's right. Couple more breaths. And remove that hand. Roll the neck back through center and lift the head up. Place your hands behind your head. We're going to do some seated cat-cows. We're really trying to open up the front part of the chest and the back side of the body when we do this. So on the inhale, we're going to gaze upwards, bringing the elbows nice and back. And on the exhale, we're going to round forward, bringing the elbows almost like they want to touch. It's okay if they don't touch. They're probably not going to. That's a really difficult thing. We're just stretching out the back side of the neck and the upper shoulders here. And inhale, open everything up. And exhale, bring it forward. Inhale. And exhale, rounding it down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Final one. Inhale, opening that chest up. And exhale, getting that stretch across the back. And come back to center. Make your way into a tabletop position. And let's just come into a couple cat-cows here as we transition to something a little bit interesting and fun. Hopefully you'll like it. We're just going to do just some organic cat-cows. You can even move your hips or barrel rolls it, whichever way you'd like. A little bit of movement in the hips, but really just trying to get some movement. Here we go. And come into stillness. And let's go into what we call toe crunch. I love this one. It's a great one for your feet, but it's also fun for getting into the arms. I'm going to show you why. So toe crunch, you're coming into like a kneeling position, sitting your butt on your heels. You're going to tuck your toes under and you're sitting up like this. If this is uncomfortable for your feet and your toes, because it can be, feel free to just come into hero's pose or even sit up on a block, okay? So come into toe crunch or toe stand, a couple different variations of names here. I want you to inhale your arms up overhead and exhale them into cactus arms, okay? Really imagine you're trying to squeeze the back, your shoulder blades trying to come together. And we're going to hold here for a couple of breaths. Now we're going to come into eagle arm. So take that right arm and bring it in front of you, and right arm under, and the left arm on top. And think for a second. Bind your hands or clasp your hands. If they don't come together, that's okay. You know, get as close as you can. And we're going to roll the shoulders out of the ears, lift that elbow up a little bit, and bring the hands forward. It's really going to give you a much more intense stretch through the shoulders, across that upper back area. And hold here for a few breaths. This is one of my favorite ones, especially if I've been at my computer for a long time. Helps to get a little more blood flow into the back side of the neck and upper shoulders here. One more breath. And unwind the arms, come back into that cactus arms for just a breath. And now take let's see, what did we do? We did the right hand under. We're going to take I have to think. We're going to take the left arm under the right this time. So the right's on top, the left is under it. And again, bringing those shoulders out of the ears, lifting up the elbows slightly and bringing those hands forward, and stay here for a few breaths. And unwind the arms one more time in cactus just for a breath. Oh, and we're done. So go ahead and come into tabletop and just pitter patter out those feet. Get a little more blood flow into them. And let's open our knees a little bit wide and come back into a wide-legged child's pose. Let's go ahead and gently place your forehead down on the mat, your bottom reaching towards your heels. Yeah, this feels pretty good after that, huh? Be here for just a breath. And lift up slightly, and just let's walk our arms, our hands out towards the right side for the side body stretch. This will really get underneath the armpit area into the upper rib area, which is usually for me, I know that's a tight spot. Keep breathing. Do a quick check of your hips and making sure that the left hip is still reaching down. It's not lifting up too much. And walk the hands back through center. And let's go over to the left side, again, to get that nice side body stretch underneath the upper right ribs and up underneath that armpit area. One final breath. And let's walk our way back towards center. One breath here. Make your way onto your stomach. And we're going to come into, we call it intense shoulder stretch. So we're going to be laying down on the mat. Extend your right arm out from your shoulder, nice and long. We're going to take our left foot, swing it behind our right leg, and roll up onto the right side. This will get into that shoulder area. If this is too much, come out of it. You can also do this standing like in a door frame. Is another variation of doing this. That way you have a little more control of how intense it can get. But if it's too much for you right now, go ahead and just roll out of it. Just come out of it so it's not so much. Stay here for just 2 more breaths. And come back to center. Bring that right arm in. Let's just give our hips a little wiggle wiggle. And extend your left arm out from your shoulder. And swing that right leg behind the left for the intense shoulder stretch on this side. And using, your free hand, that's kind of your kickstand. It's kind of your balancing point. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. One more breath. And gently roll out of it. Bring that arm in. Again, let's give our hips a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And make your way back into a wide-legged child's pose. Let's stay here for 2 full breaths. And let's make our way into a seated position, just like we started this practice. So get yourself nice and comfortable, a nice cross-legged position, and let's bring our hands to our shoulders. We're gonna do some shoulder circles as one of our final things. So just place your hands on your shoulders, and then with your elbows, start making circles. Go forward or backwards, whichever way you wanna do to start with. Make these bigger and bigger and bigger, and start to go the other way. I like to do it with our hands on the shoulders. It feels like I get a little more movement in my shoulders this way. Using the elbows as kind of that guiding piece. And one final one. Whew. So that's it for you. A nice, quick way to get a little movement and stretching in the neck and that upper back. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Use that whenever you need to have a little pick-me-up for the neck. And don't forget to, if you enjoyed this and liked it, subscribe, share it with a friend. Love to get to reach more people with what I do. So thank you so much for joining me, and see you next time.